All right, we're recording.
I just love that book behind you says Ebola, and
Um,
then next to it says plague.
oh yeah, there's two Ebola ones right there. There's the Ebola.
Just because it's the most recognizable ones.
There's the plague, the upcoming plague.
The upcoming plague. We're living in a plague, kind of,
Yeah,
sort of.
in a way, we'll see how it gets in the next few weeks, I guess.
The next few weeks. I think it's crazy how people have kind of sectioned it off in that way. Like just a month ago, we were kind of joking about it,
hmm
and to actually see things be taken into action
Oh, I can't get that
kind
thing
of
back.
makes it more severe.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy to see how like all the streets are just empty.
Empty.
Yeah, it takes like a quarter of the time it used to take to get across town now.
It's strange because you knew people were there just a month ago, like a ton of them, just walking around, like nothing was going on.
Right. And you went down Sixth Street too. Like I forgot which spot you painted, but you saw how it was just kind of it's just weird feeling, you know?
It was so weird, like being out there painting for that Hope campaign. It was like, in a weird way, scary, only because I saw a bunch of different types of homeless people, and they, of course, they would scream like random stuff, but this one guy just kept screaming New World Order. And to me, I was like, okay, I see what you're getting at, but can you just not do that?
hmm
But on the other side of that, there were some that were really happy that we had went down there and painted. Like
Yeah,
immediately they just were so excited to see the colors. They were excited to see like people actually doing that, and it was cool to see people get like a spark of inspiration,
yeah, for sure.
because it seems like it's getting hard to do that.
Yeah, I mean, when you saw just the boards, like it felt like crazy. Like it just felt like, well, like what's gonna happen here, you know? And I guess when y'all started painting, it looked like that little glimmer of hope. Same thing with like that Fairmont building. I don't know if you saw it. They have like the big
The
the heart.
heart with the ATX,
Yeah,
yes, I see that. That's good. Those all feel good to see art, to see people like feeling, for others. Everyone's kind of in this standstill, so it's like we're just, I feel a little bit more aware of each other's, emotions at the moment, because
right.
we're all affected by this.
Yeah, and just people trying to like make the best out of the situation.
Yeah, it's like, how do you stay inspired whenever, you're kind of put at like a stop?
Right. Yeah, and it sucks trying to like do photography in this. We've a lot of walks,
Yeah.
but even like seeing people out and just trying, like you can tell people are still trying to keep their distance, which
Yes,
is good.
normally people would be a lot friendlier.
Right. Like that guy we saw earlier, he just, he didn't really, like he was talkative, but he wasn't like really trying to. I bet like if it was normal, he probably would have been like kind of showed us a look around a little bit or something.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That guy doing at those apartments.
Hmm.
Um, but that was a cool spot though. I really wish I would have gotten a photo of him.
Yeah, you should have, honestly, because something about that place seemed very old Austin.
Yeah, yeah. I'd have to like. I wonder if it's just people that live there that did all those, like the painting there and that little Sam
Yeah,
Club.
what was that? Was it like an apartment complex, or was that just a really big house that people put a bunch of doors in?
Yeah, I have no idea. I think it was apartments,
I
but
just, but the colors, like when we had walked past that store
mm,
and we looked over it, the colors were the first thing that got me. And then seeing all of the random things kind of in that parking space,
yeah, Yeah, and then I wonder if he did all like the wooden sculptures. You see where it looks like just a bunch of pieces kind of stacked on each other. I wonder if
Something
that,
about them kind of reminded me of like Viking totem, like
yeah,
just the way he placed them there and the way he like hit that little Santa sculpture into the tree.
yeah. I was wondering if that was him though. It was like drilled into his
I bet
crotch.
that was him.
It could have been. He just has like a funny sense of humor.
We'll bet, and then we'll walk back there to get the photo, and then we'll ask him like, "Hey man, did you do that? I can't believe you saw him. I didn't even catch him when I was walking through. I was so distracted with what was going on that I was kind of like, what is this place? You know?"
Well, I take photos. So I'm like observant of everything. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like looking at everything. Like when I'm taking photos, I'm just like any opportunity that I can. I'm just like looking for light or people or just like interesting looking things. I might not actually like use it, but I at least try to take the photo and see if it looks interesting.
Yeah. Finding like contrast in kind of a little scene.
Mhm.
That's fun, you know.
Yeah, I think even those photos I got of you earlier look pretty good. I'd say.
The ones that with the peacocks.
Yeah, there's one with you like kind of crouching there trying to get it to come near you. Look pretty cool.
I just want to like brush their little
Yeah,
that thing, the little feather thing.
I wonder if
Like,
there's I wonder if there's anybody that they actually like get close to,
that's a good question.
or uh, let's get close to them. I guess. Yeah. Either way, like I wonder because they seem like they let us get pretty close, but I wonder if there's like probably the person with the food. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if they got food, they're probably like, oh yeah, come here.
Be my friend. Anybody that has food is gonna get that reaction.
Yeah, because you got like maybe 2 or 3 feet away from them,
I
and they're
was
just
trying to just get close, but then I was afraid that it would open up its feathers and just like fly at me, and then
yeah. It's crazy that they can fly. They seem like really heavy.
they know to see them jump on the branches.
Yeah,
They're just kind of like one thing. Like
yeah,
it's so weird to see it kind of moving because I didn't think that it would be that heavy or just the feathers. I guess if anything, I wonder if they get tangled up in things.
yeah, probably. But like, because that park, uh, it's off like Lake Austin, um, whatever the name of it was. I was trying to tell you about it earlier, but they have the peacocks there, and like I've seen them just like fly onto the house or something, and it's just like they, they land on it hard. It doesn't seem like they're very lightweight.
They're light.
Yeah, they're definitely heavy. They're not like chickens where you know, they sound like really light even though they're can't fly, can't. Um, but what have you been doing to keep you entertained besides painting?
I have only been painting
Yeah,
at like during this time of being home. It's it has been good having this commission to kind of pay attention to. It's like one thing that I get to just spend time with every day.
right.
And I mean, not really hanging out with people. Like I'll talk to people online briefly, but to like be home, not really interact with anybody. I mean, I see you, I see Donovan, just because he's kind of a night owl like I am.
Mhm.
So we've been kind of catching each other at the right schedule, but I don't know. It's been really weird to kind of see things online and to kind of be in this little bubble
Mhm.
right
Yeah,
here.
I'm kind of like I don't know if I should read anything else or just like keep my head down and keep distancing like I've been doing.
Yeah, like it's crazy to see because I mean, just even when we would go get food or something, or go out and get some shots or video stuff, to see people out, like little
Mhm.
ants, everybody, and to go out now and there's nothing.
Yeah,
it's kind of conflicting because you want to, in a weird way, you're kind of like, I don't want to say you're stoked about it. It's just a weird feeling.
yeah. Like it's it's interesting for sure. But it is great. Like, I wonder if they're gonna ever do something about like the trails and stuff if people aren't distancing enough. I wonder like if it's gotten any slower since that we saw it the other day.
I don't know.
Yeah, I wanna. I'd like to. Like, I wish I had the drones. I could just fly it over there and be like, God, this is like too many people, or otherwise, you know.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
know. I'm not gonna lie, every time I think about this situation, I kind of think of like V for Vendetta.
yeah,
Just a little bit. I know it's so dramatic. It's a great movie.
yeah,
But some there are just, correlations that I'm kind of it's too close for comfort. So I'm waiting for someone to just go like do that one thing. It's just like tension. I feel like there's a lot of tension in the air right now.
yeah, yeah. I feel like I mean, you get mad at people for not distancing, or you see a lot of people getting mad for not distancing, and then people that are just like, we can still do this, but still keep our. Like, I saw someone arguing in like a photo group earlier, and they're just like, we can do this and not, be hugging or something. But it's like, just don't, I guess. Like, especially if you don't know how serious the person you're taking photos of
Yeah,
is taking this.
that's the scary part about this whole thing is it's like you're trusting the people that you're around.
Mm,
There are some people that just aren't going out though, and I think this is gonna be a cool way to see kind of what they're doing. Like, are they seeing, a few people? Are they just staying home, like
right.
only going to the store?
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a good way to see like what how artists are kind of coping, trying to still make money, or were prepared for maybe something like this. Maybe weren't prepared, but had a nest egg to just be not working for a while if they need to.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely hoping if they figure something out with the rent because if people aren't working, like there's no use getting people behind if they can't work.
Yeah, it's what do you expect from people? What do you expect them to do?
Yeah,
It's a brick wall kind of.
yeah. I mean, depending on how bad it gets, which it might end up, we'll have to see. But depending on how bad it gets, they might change the way things are. Or as far as like rent goes, we'll have to see. Um, I really hope they do, but we have a few days before rent's due, and I think if you can pay it, but if you can't, I don't see any reason to. I don't know. I don't. I think they should kind of give everybody a break, especially like if they know that they can be working right now.
Yeah, there are people that, are single parents or have, families that they're trying to provide for. Like, I'd say it's kind of easier for us because it's like you and your girlfriend, just me, I live alone. So we kind of just, you know, have to worry about ourselves in a weird way. But there are other people that don't have that. They have to, feed a family. And I could see how right now would be just intense. Like, how would you even, talk to your kids about that situation?
Right. Um, yeah, I talked to someone recently. They were saying that uh, they quit their job to stay home with their kid, and I guess their husband or something, or their significant other is working. So that would,
That's good though that they have, that person to be there.
yeah,
It's like a team at that point.
yeah. But I definitely think people are like anxious to get out of the house at this point.
Oh yeah, if anything, people are kind of wanting to just get this over with so we could go back to being around each other.
Yeah, I'm sure the dogs are loving it though. The dogs are like, man, I'm going for walks today. We're going to the dog park, running around. We have that small dog park, but if we see any people in there, we're like,
I
just
do think it is in a strange way nice to have this reset
mhm,
because on I mean we talked about this before, you know, the silver lining of this all is we're not burning all of these fossil fuels and we're not out just producing all of this stuff, like things are kind of being concentrated into, you know, primary, you know, necessities. So it's kind of in a weird way good that it's slowed down, you
right,
know.
yeah. And I think maybe even people just slowing down in general it could be good to kind of reset themselves, kind of figure out what they want to do.
Reevaluate.
Yeah,
Exactly. This definitely is a time for a lot of people to just reevaluate. What if there was a person, and I'm sure there was, that was working a job just to make money, you know, it's nine to
right,
five, and they were trying to work their, you know, for the moment and to get their dream job, what they wanted to do. I bet next time around, once we get things kind of on track or on the road to being on track,
yeah,
I feel like people are just gonna fucking go for it. I probably
yeah.
shouldn't have cussed. I dropped an F bomb. Sorry,
That's all.
but
I mean, it depends on if we want to make this, PG. We can censor everything.
I'm gonna do my best to try not to drop them because it's just not necessary sometimes. But yeah, to
But if
because
you want,
I remember working, you know, a crappy job that I did not like. I did it during grad school, and I always felt like I wasted so much time because I just had to pay the rent, you know, and pay for school. And
right?
if I would have done, if that would have, if this would have happened then when I was still working that, and I hadn't have done the stuff that I am working towards doing and have done, I I don't even know how I would have took that. So I can only imagine how somebody that's in that situation would feel.
Yeah, I'm like looking at myself and I'm like, I wish I cut my hair before all this happened, but I think I'll be all right.
The pom pom.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what to do with it.
I just can't believe how curly it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's weird because like I'll wake up and it'll just be all on one side, just because I've been like not moving all night. That's like the only thing I'm annoyed about.
Mm.
Just kind of mess with it in the morning and get the hell out of the house.
I just try to put a hat on.
That'd be nice too, but the way my hair is set up, I can't put a hat on it. My I don't have any hats that are that big.
You have to get one of those colorful Rastafarian hats.
Yeah, or I need to just get like some bucket hats or something.
Yeah, bucket hats are dope. Those are actually coming back into style. You know who would be the best designer? Tyler the Creator, because I just love his whole aesthetic.
I wonder if he has any.
He made dope shoes with Converse, the
Yeah,
collaboration.
the flower one.
I love the colors. I like his style and his eye for things. He just has a certain genre that he kind of created with a look, and I really like it. It's like a weird, you know, tennis player that's kind of psychedelic
Hmm.
but a little bit hood at the same time. Definitely surreal.
Yeah. Did like all his videos for sure show a lot of that. Did you ever see that show that he had on Vice? It was like uh, they're just basically him like creating stuff. Um,
Yes, I saw that. I loved when he made the shoes. I love how they
yeah,
brought out all the swatches and he was like, "Oh." He just loved all the details and everything, and that was super cool to see somebody that just knew exactly what they wanted. They had their vision right away, especially his cartoon that he made where he like shot what is his name? He was in Odd Future too.
Uh,
There's like a freaking
I think that's some,
squad of them.
yeah.
What was his name?
The fat one, Jasper.
Jasper. There we go.
Yeah,
I knew it wasn't Taco. I was like, no, it was not him. He's like the tall, skinny one.
yeah. Yeah, that had like him like building like furniture for his room. I kind of
When
like
he
how,
made his bed.
yeah, kind of like how you were talking about with like how you'd be wanting to make like build a house like that where you're involved with kind of the design and a bunch of stuff, you know.
Yeah, totally. I think that's why I find shows like that interesting because I love how proactive the people are when you kind of have a vision of what you're going for and then you don't necessarily know how to build that so you find somebody that does and
Right.
they do it and you guys kind of come to that together like that's sick.
Yeah. Um, it's kind of like a lot of stuff in video games now that they're giving you more kind of creative freedom to like draw your own stuff. Like I'm playing Animal Crossing and like there's ways to decorate your own like make your own outfits or stuff like that, and you can share them like with QR codes, so like other people can wear your stuff. It's really interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Like I should just give you my Switch for like a day or two and see what you come up with. But you are like working within like pixels, so you're not like it's you're doing like the pixels right, but it's at the end it smooths it out so it looks like something that would be in the game.
Oh, okay.
So like it's not a pixelated game, but you are working on a pixelated, I guess, kind of graph.
A graph a
Like
graphic.
it just looks like graph paper because it's just a bunch of squares. We're just filling them in with colors.
That sounds cool. I mean, I would totally do it.
Yeah, hmm, I guess I'll let you like borrow my Switch to try that.
If you were to make your own world, what would that look like?
To make my own world. 'Cause I'm like having so much fun in the museum in that game. I would just have like big ass aquariums. I know that's not the world, but if I could just like go to aquariums and just like chill there all the time, that would be like my thing.
And the dark lighting and see all the jellyfish?
Yeah, I would just like if I could work in an aquarium, just like chill there after it's closed. Um, like if I got like I would be what what Joe Exotic is to tigers. I would be that to fish.
You're
I
just
know we had to bring
gonna,
that
I
up.
would rather not.
I won't be that
You're gonna
like
wear flamboyant
yeah. But I'm gonna
shirts and you're gonna drop your country single. If
mm,
you decide to make a music video, I will totally be Carol Baggins or Baskin, whatever her name is.
yeah. Um, I probably just would wear like one shirt, just the shirt that looked like it was water. It'd be like uh, what's it called? Like not glittery. That
You have to get the ones in the early 2000s with the tribal on them, but they have the Hawaiian flowers. Like it's almost like a Billie Eilish shirt,
yeah, the big old shirts.
those big ones, and then straight up just wear a bucket hat on top.
I have like a shirt with just sea turtles on it, and it's like how those wolves like Howling at the Moon shirts are. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that, but it's with sea turtles.
Is there a reason why you would pick an aquarium?
I don't know. It is just like a mysterious kind of thing, the ocean, and not. It's just like a piece of what I don't know. I just like aquatic things, I guess.
Is this
Like,
something that's recent, or is this something that you've always liked whenever you were young?
I've always liked frogs and like turtles, stuff like that.
I like turtles.
Fish. We've always like fished growing up, you know, in Uvalde. That there's a lot of fishing in water, near water, all about it. Even like here, I haven't really been to the Greenbelt in a long time, but we used to do that like every weekend.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there.
Yeah,
That would be nice to go just chill out there. I know I might go to Enchanted Rock next week before I start working again.
yeah,
Something I've been thinking about just to kind of get a literal break from everything.
right.
Um, and I feel like that's a good way to just kind of, you know, take a break, go be out in some nature, just kind of appreciate, your surroundings and enjoy that peacefulness. It's all
Mhm.
like it's kind of nice not hearing cars around or honking, just people talking at once, like a bunch of people talking,
Yeah,
just to
I
be one and hear the
think I'm gonna
birds.
take advantage of like night rides again and just
Oh,
ride
driving
around.
in the car is dope, especially if you have a good playlist.
Yeah, used to be like I just like drive around, listen to like either a new album or one that I really like. I remember listening to a lot of Outkast. Uh,
Outcast is the best.
just like the chill stuff, like especially now that gas is getting cheaper. It's like why not just drive around and I mean I don't have anything else to spend my money on at the moment. Amazon isn't shipping. I mean, there's a few games I want to buy, but I've already paid for them, so like they're already pre-ordered, so I'm not like need to spend money right now.
Yeah.
And gas is like under $2 right now, isn't it?
That's insane, right?
Yeah. I wonder how much it is in like the West or like LA right now.
Or New York.
Yeah.
It can't be much. I mean, nobody's going anywhere.
Yeah. Um, I just remembered another guess we could add. Yeah. Um,
I want to call Joe Exotic
yeah. You make
and
a
be like, hey, just kidding.
yeah. You could make a call from prison. But
Call Oklahoma.
yeah, I think I saw something where he's actually in prison somewhere in Texas, if I remember, or
Oh,
maybe.
wonderful. He's in this.
Yep.
Oh, great. He's
Yeah.
here. He's
Yeah.
here.
Yep. Um,
No.
but I guess so. We might not always have guests, right? So we just got kind of do a bit of this from time to time. See, well, I guess we'll see how people like it, but I think this is definitely a good something we people probably would like. I don't know, kind of
I
something
don't
chill.
know if people would like this.
Maybe not
You're
that.
out there. Do you?
We'll take an Instagram poll. Like, you know, like just the two of us talking all the time, or you always want guests? Which I know that might be difficult with once everything gets back to normal.
I
Um,
don't think so, honestly, because then we'll be able to go places and just meet them there.
yeah, if this goes well, I definitely want to invest more money into it. Have maybe a portable recorder so we could do stuff outside, or like I was saying, just even just recording like while we're on walks. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Um, there's even like podcasts I've listened to where they're at restaurants and they're just the sound of the environment around them is kind of nice to listen to, or like a nice element to that. I don't know. It just sounds different, like just busy stuff going on around them. It's kind of neat sounding.
Isn't it weird to miss that?
Yeah, it's like glasses clattering or like clinking together and stuff like that. It's busy, like people talking around you, stuff like that.
Everything going on, just life going on.
Yeah, miss sitting down at restaurants, going to King Fong, getting some pho.
I, have mixed feelings about that place.
But
You
not
know
even.
why?
Oh yeah, because you got the bra. but it's never been about the food. It's been more about some of the service, but they keep uh, cycling uh, servers, so it's like none of them have really
I
got.
want to see somebody work there for a month, and then I want to ask them what that's like.
Yeah, that lady that gave you a refund will probably.
She was really sweet.
Yeah,
I give her, like a lot of credit because she actually tried and felt bad about the situation. So
yeah.
it's
She was
not
just
that
kind of like,
bad.
yeah, she was just kind of like, I know he's kind of new here.
Yeah, the guy that did it, he just did not give a damn. I was like, all
I
right,
don't think
homie.
I don't think he wrote anything down either. So that's probably just like one of the things he missed. He was probably just like, whatever pho, vegetable pho, and or vegetarian pho, and didn't even think to mention the broth.
Yeah,
But
that's such a. I don't know if that's like a big thing or a small thing, but I
um,
I was definitely like something's not right here.
yeah, I guess it depends on like how strict you are. Like, I'm sure there's people that would like not even try the seafood one and be like, what the hell? If there was, I don't know. But I guess it varies from person to person. Like,
It really does.
I'm sure
Like I
you,
felt like I was really chill about that whole experience because I know some vegan people that would be like, "What?"
yeah,
Like you. And it had been a really long time since I tasted, like a meat product.
mm,
So,
yeah, it's been a
yeah,
minute.
it
Like that.
just made it feel kind of funny. I was like, this is not going well. No, 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 no.
Yeah, it's been like an hour for me, but I feel you since I've had meat. Um, let's see. Um, but I guess we could like always ask people if there's like anybody they would want to hear on here. Dang, you're still drinking that?
I I am. It's right here though.
Oh, okay. You
I'm
can
almost done.
you can now. Um, yeah, we can always take maybe those Instagram things where it's like who would you want to hear on here? We'll do stuff like that. As far within our reach, we know we can't get anybody like we don't know, I guess, or big time.
I I no. This we should just I mean, who knows, maybe Joe Exotic might answer the phone.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
We'll we'll try to get that call in at some point.
Just kidding.
But yeah, I mean, I guess more so local artists, friends, stuff like that. For sure, we'll try to get in here.
Yeah, I want to see how my friends are doing during all of this. They all seem like they're doing fine,
Yeah.
but I
Funny thing,
mean, to stay creative, what do they do? Do you walk around the block? Do you listen to music?
right?
Watch Netflix?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good time to check in with everybody.
Yeah, I think that's primarily what it is, just checking in,
Right.
seeing how everyone's doing.
I think everybody I've kind of like, like I'll react to their story on Instagram, and even if it's just like something not that crazy, I'm just like, oh, hope you're doing well or something. I'm not like, I'm not trying to make like a long conversation if they don't want to, but I've at least been like, hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I definitely every time I talk to somebody like on Instagram or something, I always tell them to be safe.
Yeah,
Because that's the last thing I would want to hear is somebody that, I know be affected directly by this.
yeah.
And I think that's something like that goes with the tension
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and just
Um,
kind of waiting and seeing if anybody is going to get sick. Anybody I know, anyone you know.
yeah. I'm hoping nobody I know was at Barton Springs in those photos that everybody's sharing. I hope
Yeah,
nobody.
that was not cool.
I hope nobody's having like,
out there like reckless like that, you know.
you know, hoping nobody's doing like secret gatherings where they're just like spreading shit.
I had a friend post a quarantine party where they actually were wearing those like hazmat suits with gloves and stuff. And there was like a group of people there, kind of like I'd say maybe not more than 20, but not less than 10, like around there. And
Yeah, it's
at
stupid.
the same time, I thought it was really funny because I was like, you guys are so dumb.
Yeah,
Y'all are taking it there. But at the same time, some of y'all don't really know where some of these people have been. And
yeah,
it's not anything about these people. It's just you don't know. Even going to the gas station, I wear a glove when I'm touching the gas pumps because I really don't want I don't want to, take a chance. I just try to be as cautious as I can, and to be around, say like 17 people, I would feel really uncomfortable because
right.
I don't know if they're what they're up to.
Yeah, and there's a pretty good chance that they're not up to code. They're probably just costume hazmat suits anyway. Um, Unless anybody's actually spending that much to, you get out of the way and then blow smoke on camera.
I did. I didn't want to just do it directly on there because I was
Yeah,
like,
it's all good.
goodbye.
Yeah, it's all tobacco anyway. Um, I lost track of what I was saying. Oh, the hazmat suits probably aren't even up to code, but yeah, it's stupid that people are.
They were just costumes. Those aren't real.
Yeah.
And
Um,
even at that, why did you buy that shit? You should have bought something that you would need, like food. Spend all your money on food
right.
or, things for your home.
Yeah. I'm digging these like Skype parties and stuff though, like how we're doing, but with more people.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, this has been kind of fun. Even though even like video calling people while we're drinking, we have done that, so that's kind of a different way to socialize. I think we're gonna have to get used to that. Um,
It's good to see people reach out, though, and not isolate themselves.
mhm. It's definitely good that people are still um, communicating through all this.
Yeah, and
Y-
I think that's the most important part, and that all, like, coincides with being hopeful.
Yeah. Like I was saying, like I am playing Animal Crossing, and it's been cool because I've like met a lot of people, and well, not met a lot of people, but I've played it with a lot of people who don't normally play games, or I have played games with necessarily.
Yeah.
And that's just like an interesting way to kind of you visit their island, see how they've. It's kind of like having people over to an extent, you know. Um,
I don't know much about this game. I've never played before.
I think you'd enjoy it. Um, it is so it's kind of like a day by day thing. So it's stuff is moving kind of in real time. Say like I'm building a house now. It's going to take till tomorrow to get actually built. But people are like changing the time in the Switch to actually advance to the next day. But I'm kind of just playing it day by day and building stuff. But you can like fly to other people's islands and they can show you around and show you some of the stuff they've made. Or
Can I fly there on a pterodactyl?
no, there's no pterodactyls. There might be like,
Why? It's a game.
well, they didn't add that to the game. There's some fossils. I'm sure there's a pterodactyl fossil. You go there on like a little airplane.
Can I make a Charizard and fly on that?
You can't. Yeah, I didn't get that detailed.
You can't fly in this game? What kind of game is this?
Well, you can't. There's a lot of games you can't fly in. Um,
That's kind of the point, though, of doing like those types of things. It's like
But
to
you,
experience something that you wouldn't normally be able to do in real life. But if
you
it's the same thing, like I remember this girl that I went to school with, and she would play this farm game where she would actually plant seeds and grow a crop and take care of her animals in this game. And in my mind, I was like, you spend way too much time on this game. Just like, what are you doing?
this isn't a simulator. What I do like is about like there's only so much you can do in a day, so I'll kind of do a few things, finish those up, and then I'm kind of done. Maybe if someone wants to get online, it's a good way to just have a conversation with them without just being like talking.
Yeah.
You're actually like interacting with them. It's kind of like like the old AIM chat, but you're doing something. Like I wish they would do something like that with like Netflix. They do have that, but you all you're doing is typing. I wish you could like voice chat, um, like they used to have on like the Xbox 360
Yeah.
at one point. There was a point you could just like watch stuff, and if someone was good at like talking over, changing voices of the people talking, you can like turn your volume down and like have someone else narrate the what you're watching.
Yeah.
But we're at 41 minutes. I think that's a pretty good first episode.
I think so
Uh,
too. Yeah, I've
we're,
been working on this painting. I
yeah,
feel like there's
um,
some legs and a monster.
yeah, I definitely think people will enjoy watching you paint, even though I'm sure being in the call is kind of distracting and all.
It's weird because I guess I don't really think it's that interesting. I mean, to me it's kind of like you know how sculptors will add stuff and take stuff off and it's just a weird, you know, not progress, how do I say it? Steps. You're just taking these steps to get to this result, this point.
Right,
And the beginning parts, I people like to see that because I've had people see something that I just started with and they're like, okay, what is this gonna look like something? And all of a sudden it just turns into something with the right stroke or the right, shade.
right,
And that's the part that I guess I disconnect with other people is they don't know when that is.
mm,
And, sometimes I don't know when that is. It's just after a certain point it just becomes something.
right.
So I don't want to be in a moment where I'm like, I don't really know how this is gonna look, but why not? And I do it, and then I'm like, oh, sick. Like,
Yeah, I think people definitely like to see like the starting point and like what it takes to get to the end for sure. Especially like when people like crafting stuff like out of the weirdest shit. You always see like, well, I just cussed, but whatever. We just keep going. Like on Facebook, they always have like the the stuff like that. What am I trying to say? The videos where they're like fixing stuff with ramen. Like,
oh yeah, the stuff you post like online. Oh my god, all the
yeah.
memes. But
Facebook is
yeah,
like one where I don't care. I'm just like whatever. People are just being stupid on here. I'm not like take like uh, I'll leave certain stuff to be serious about. You know.
I totally started posting my painting stuff on Facebook because I have family members that live in other states and they don't really know what I do. So it's kind of cool that they get to kind of see a little piece of it. A lot of them are just surprised. A lot of my family doesn't really know that I paint as much as I do. Only a few ones that I'm really close to,
Mhm.
but I pretty much just kind of do my own thing. And whenever they see a picture of it, they're always like, wait, what? Like during the holidays when they are like, what were you up to? And I was like, just painting, just tell them painting.
Yeah.
Then when they see it, they're like, what the fuck? Like, I think they think that I'm just forever painting in my room.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm cool with them thinking that way.
yeah. I think my mom like doesn't realize that I can make money taking photos. Like I've brought it up to her, and she's just like, you should maybe like have a part-time job while you do it. I'm like, maybe, but
You're like, is that really necessary?
yeah, like if I can, continue getting work, like that's the main. That's like where I really want to be, and if have like something taking up the time, and it's not something I want towards my goal, then
Yeah,
it's
just cut it
kind
out. You don't need it.
of, yeah, um, yeah,
And
but
that's a real thing. Is that's good advice to give to people, honestly. Like
yeah,
once you have your
especially
kind of your once you have your point, the thing that you want, if it's a goal or a certain whatever it is, a job, you you just have to like tunnel vision that until you get there. And if, there are things that distract you or take time away, mentally from it, I don't know, just cut it out. You don't need it. It just gets in
right,
the way.
especially young people who are still living with their parents, stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying don't get a job, but if you have something that you want to do, try to focus on that as much as you can.
Yeah, honestly, just it will happen if you keep it genuine to what you're all about. Like if you're out there trying to be something you're not, it's not going to work.
Yeah, definitely. If you have faith in your product, invest in it. Um,
Exactly. Invest in yourself.
right. Yeah. And it sounds corny, but yeah, invest in yourself for sure is important. Like almost more than anything, just invest in yourself.
Yeah, it's if you're not 100% about what you're trying to do, other people are going to know that.
Hmm.
They will sense that you just have to have faith in what you're doing.
Right.
And I am, yeah, it's really all it is. You just have to have faith in it.
Hmm.
Believe that, you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's gonna take a while, but definitely keep at it. All that stuff, all that
Yeah, it's
genetic.
crazy that whenever you started taking photos, the ones you took were really good.
When I started taking photos, they were really good.
Yeah, whenever you had your first photo shoot,
Uh-huh.
the photos
Yeah.
were actually really good.
Yeah. I definitely want to have her on there because she was modeling for a minute before I even asked her. So I want to, definitely want to have her here and see how she's doing. I know she was like making masks for people,
Oh, that's cool.
so I want to see if she can like promote them here if she wants, or whatever else she's doing. I know she's confident as a model. I know she's good at it, so that's kind of why I asked her in the first place. I was a little scared at first, but she could have just said no if if anything. I wouldn't have been I wouldn't have been that worried if she said no.
Yeah.
That would just mean I could work towards what I needed to do a little better. But yeah, we climbed 25 flights of stairs to get those photos.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
That's high.
yeah, I'd say the photos we got were worth the risk though. So that was those were good.
Yeah, I remember whenever I was in LA and me and my friend climbed up to the top of this building and we were laying on the roof just looking at all the buildings and the lights at night and something about that, like, it was so simple, but I just appreciated it, just the view and just seeing how the lights just went on, like it just kept going and it was crazy. Like I felt literally my size, like, mew, you know.
I definitely like I don't hate being at like a high point and like looking out into the skyline. It's just as far as photos, I don't feel it's like I can get much more creative just being in Austin.
Yeah.
I think the weather, like weather changes, like the picture I took of the Capitol recently, um, is definitely can like change enough. If I can get like weather differences, it it makes it that much better than just, oh look, here's a shot of the skyline from this side, and then here's another one from the north side of it.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's like we know what it looks like.
yeah, it's not like that big to where it looks that different.
Totally.
But that,
Yeah, definitely once this thing kind of chills out a little more, traveling is big this
yeah,
year.
oh for sure. Definitely, I've been telling myself even small trips. Um, More big trips would be ideal, but small trips I want to have. Something where I'm just going to San Antonio just to explore this neighborhood or something like that. I haven't done too much of Dallas. I should probably go out there.
I want to do this project, like an actual art project, because I feel like I'm a fine artist that just does a bunch of different things.
Hmm.
Um, and for like a body of work, I really want to, 90, like driving from Uvalde to San Antonio.
Yeah.
I totally want to do a painting, like a small one. If it's a small one, a big one, just hidden along 90. Because my dad totally drives down 90
Hmm.
like 5 or 6. He drives down that road so much because he's always going to Houston, to Dallas, to San Antonio, like all of the time, even like 3 times in a day.
Yeah.
And it would be really cool to just leave little things that only he would see, like hidden while he's just driving out there.
Yeah.
And it's
Like,
cool because there are like abandoned, buildings, houses, like farms, just
yeah.
random stuff on the way. It would be cool to just do that and just like I wonder if he would catch it right away too. I feel like I would have to tell him and be like, "Dad, look up. Like look
Yeah.
up and to the right."
Yeah. Maybe give them like hints of like colors to look for or something. It'd be
That would
cool,
be
like
sick.
how the highway separated there by grass, the median. It'd be kind of cool, like put something in there. But that highway
Yeah.
super
Hell
sketch.
yeah. Something big right there. Just like
Yeah.
I know it would make his day a little bit better if it was like a little piece was
Mm.
there.
Yeah. Something like just going into their a town or something.
Yeah, and these
Like
towns
in
are
between.
they're so small. There's literally nothing there. Like
Yeah.
me and Jay are from this small town in the middle of nowhere. It is like a fucking farm town, retirement town.
Yeah.
It's actually really beautiful though. Um, the Frio is out there,
Garnet Park.
Garner State Park. It's really nice, but there is nothing.
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey is apparently from there, if that matters.
Everybody always gets excited like when he goes down there. They're always like, "I met him," and it's
Yeah.
who cares? He is just. It's not like he's an important person.
Yeah.
He does. I guess he's like a decent actor, but I mean, he's just like a normal person like everybody else. So
Yeah.
who cares if he's at the HEB?
It's just weird that like um he's also like an important figure here in Austin too. We just moved to
Uh,
two places where he's,
and people love him in San Marcos. I
yeah,
love San Marcos, Texas. Beautiful place. I lived there for like a long time. At least during my time in undergrad. So it's like what 4 years.
yeah. it I haven't really seen too much of San Marcos, but I definitely would like to just kind of, I don't know. I mean, floating. I think I've did that like once or twice out there. I've gone to Garner and floated out there more than I have at San Marcos. So
We never really went that much when I was a kid. Like I spent a lot of time by myself when I was a kid.
yeah, I did too, but I don't know. I didn't really need anybody. Like It'd be like you see people like doing stuff online or whatever. I never felt like maybe there's a little bit of like I wish I could be doing that, but for the most part, I was kind of like content that I was spending my weekends alone or something.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, which I don't know. I mean, maybe the experiences would have been different if I had did something on the weekends or on my own time or with other people, but I don't know. I guess I did a lot of find out who I was as early on, as opposed to later in life, like some people I've seen.
It's crazy to me when people just start, they'll decide to want to be an artist like in their mid 30s.
Yeah.
And to me, I mean, there's not really a time limit to it. You can blow up like Carmen Herrera. She's, you know, an older woman that was a abstract expressionist painter in the 60s, and she's doing the same paintings she did back then, but she's blowing up now and her paintings are worth millions
Mhm.
because she's older in age, and I mean, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 30 is not that old. Um, but I'm only saying that because I'm 30. I feel like uh, when I was in like my 20s, I felt like I was like 30 was going to be so long, but I still. I mean, I'm telling you that I'm playing a freaking Animal Crossing. That's saying something. I think as long as you don't have a kid, you're still a young person.
I think it's just like the way you are, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess my parents were still like I didn't notice it at the time, but they seemed like they were still like young people growing up.
Because they were.
Yeah, well, yeah, they seemed like still kind of the immature, kind of younger 20-year-old, 30 year old or whatever.
My parents had me when they were 25, and I'm 27 now. And I think about that often where what would I have, what would I have done if I would have had a kid when I was 25? And honestly,
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it.
I could, but I would like wish I didn't. Um,
So I respect them for just being able to be like shift into that mode.
mhm. Yeah, my parents had me when they were 18. So,
Dang.
so yeah, I
Animal
can't imagine.
kids.
I think adults now are like our age are a lot goofier than they were, but with like all the meme culture and stuff like that. But I think still kind of they were probably still immature back then.
Totally.
It would have been interesting, like go back to that, the '90s and see how they acted around that time, like a Back to the Future situation with that.
I would not want to see my parents the way they were and like back in the day. No.
No, you see my
No.
dad with long hair.
I I don't know if I would be mentally prepared for that. I'd be like, I just feel like they'd be like wild people. Like it'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, that would be kind of weird, like trying to, or like seeing parents try to like first dating and stuff like that. Like,
Oh my god, my dad told me this funny story because we have this thing that we bond on. We both jumped out of a car,
oh yeah,
and my dad, okay, so his mother in law to his first wife had asked him when he was going to marry her daughter, and he was sitting in the passenger side looking at this lady like, what? And he just opened the door and jumped out, like on the highway.
yeah,
He just
that,
like jumped out. And I just think that's great because he was like, nope.
yeah. It's like, well, here's your answer.
And if you met my dad, like, he's still that way. So it's funny that he actually took action and was like, bye.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just nicer to exit the situation than have a real explanation.
Oh no, right? He's just like, I'm not gonna deal with this right now. So bam.
Yeah. Um, so we're gonna get Lillian on here.
Yeah.
Um, we have to try to make her watch an Adam Sandler movie first.
I think we should just put one like just as we're talking right now, just put one on and then
Yeah.
just start playing it and then flip it and then that'll get her to actually look at it.
Yeah. We have to make her watch like I don't know. I think she'd really like. She fights it, but I think she'd really like Big Daddy or
I
Happy.
I think I don't know. He's not funny. I don't think he's funny. I went and saw one of his movies, his recent one, Uncut Gems, and I still don't know if I like that movie.
I've been wanting to watch it. I don't really have a gripe with Adam Sandler, but I feel like maybe I've outgrown his comedy. But I do respect like what he's done with getting his friends. You know, he's making movie and art with his friends. You know, whether it's
Yeah, that's
something
cool.
whether it's something you're like,
A fan of or not, he's
yeah,
still trying to put stuff out there.
yeah, he's putting stuff out there. He's bringing his friends along with him. If you don't like it, then
Don't watch it.
yeah, who cares? Um, I mean, there's still a fan base, which is kind of surprising, but but you know, as long as people are watching, why not? Kind of like this, you know?
I don't know who's gonna watch this. I don't understand why anybody would, but I think it would be fun to just document just what's going on right now because it seems like it's history as well as we're gonna look back at this years later and appreciate just even the little things about going and enjoying time with your friends and going and experiencing things and seeing places and like that's just the thing that I think about the most while being in this one space. Like I I personally love traveling and I want to jump into that as soon as I'm able to because of this situation. Like I want to go experience things and see things and paint a bunch of spots and tattoo a bunch of people. Like I just now definitely something that I reflect on.
Yeah. Um, it's interesting to how like our art is different. You want to see your art on different people, and I want to take. It's like mine's taking, but you're giving. I guess is what I'm getting at. Um, I'm I want to go to these places so I can take something back with me, and you're wanting to leave yours somewhere you're going. You know,
Yeah,
that makes sense. But it's different. We both definitely want to share it either way.
what we're doing, but in different ways.
Yeah. Um, yeah. What I was getting at before is that I guess even if people aren't listening to this or watching it, it's definitely going to be some. I think something good for us to kind of look back on too.
Oh,
Uh,
totally.
kind of like you know see who our friends were at the time, um, how we're coping with this now. This is definitely going to be something like say either of us have kids. It's something you could go back and show them. You're like, this is what we were doing. We're literally fighting this thing by staying inside.
We're staying inside. I'm painting little monsters
Yeah,
and enjoying, um, you know. I guess I will say I do love spending time with Scully, my cat. I love that I get to FaceTime with my family. Like we'll just call each other up and just start talking. There I feel like right now there's not really like distractions going on around me, so I'm able to see how distracted I was when there was a bunch going on, you know?
yeah. I'm glad I'm not one of the people that were like always out at bars. I don't miss that, so that's cool.
Oh no, the last time I was at a bar, I was there with a friend and I had been working all day and I was honestly just kind of like I was over it. I just wanted to go home and take a bubble bath or something because it was just a long day. And I just remember sitting in this bar and I could hear a bunch of people talking. It's like when you close your eyes and all you hear is just people talking, and then you can't really just sit there because people are kind of like rubbing, or like they'll bump into you, or they'll try to get on the other side of you to get to the bar, or like all these things are moving, all
Mhm.
these things are happening, and it's overly stimulating. Like,
Yeah, but it's weird. Like, not so much bars. It is just weird how you miss like the sounds of people around you. Uh, Restaurants or stuff like that. I think we've already talked about this, but yeah, just the sounds of people being around you, I kind of miss a little bit, just a little bit. Or like if there's a place where you go to like safely be around people, it'd be kind of interesting or neat. But
I really hope businesses make it through this because it would just be awful to have them be, taken out by something like this.
right. I mean, as long as people or they're like have order to go and stuff like that, I can't imagine at least not all of them would go out. You know.
Yeah, that helps. I'm glad people are doing that. I mean, I haven't been ordering out as much, honestly,
Hmm.
but I probably will sometime this week just go pick up something. Like, I'll probably go to Fly Right just because I love that place. I go there
Hmm.
often, and
Even
or
that spot.
not, or even Mr. Natural. I love that place too.
Hmm. That spot around the corner from your place sounds good too.
Oh, yeah, that Thai place.
Yeah.
I want to try that place out. See, that would be a good spot just because it's right there. You can
Yeah.
walk there.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would support them. Like, I would want to help out local businesses because this shit sucks. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like bad for them. Like, I feel bad for like homies that you know got hit. It's like they got hit by the South by Southwest, then they got hit by this. Like, it's like double.
Yeah. Um, and then you can actually push your merch a little bit more after this too.
That'd be cool. But I I like making stuff and I like just having it there. Like, you have the option to get it, but I never want to persuade anyone to buy anything. I'll just show them what I have.
Right. I think
Um,
like
just
it.
because I personally don't like when people try to like stick stuff in my face.
Yeah.
I like having the option to just go up and be like, I want that. And I think that's better than, trying to do too much at once.
Right. I think I don't know. I've kind of gotten into pin collecting a little bit, so you kind of made yours at the right time. I don't know where I'm gonna put that because I don't want to lose it, but I'm
I
definitely
love that pin so much. They came out so dope.
yeah. You
Keith
want to
did a great job. K Dot. If you ever want pins, go to him.
you
They're pretty sick.
you want to show
Yeah.
those off, or you want to wait on it a little bit?
All y'all just gotta wait for that.
Yeah, they look good. Trust me. Um,
Yeah, they're pretty. I love them.
yeah, I got some photos of them, and it's a little difficult because they're reflective, but it does look good either. Like,
Isn't it cool that it looks black, but it's just reflective?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I dig them. I don't
my mom wants one, so I'm gonna give her one.
nice. You know, wear it to work or something.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
wants to put it like on her scrubs.
yeah, that'd be cool. I'm just like I don't want to lose any more pins. I lost the one that you gave me for my birthday.
I know. I was like, no, that's the last one my friend had.
If I can buy another one, I would. But I'm
But
just
it
not gonna.
happens.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna put any more in my camera bag because that is not gonna work out. I lost the backing to the other one I had on my hat for a while. I
Oh, that
lost the
sucks.
yeah. I wish it would like there's like something that locked onto there a lot better. But at least I still have the pin. I just need some of the backs, the rubber backs. We are at an hour 10. If you want
Yeah, I think that's good.
to, cool. So we're gonna call this uninvited guests, and I don't know how to sign off for this, but yeah, we will catch y'all all next time.
Yeah, yeah. Goodbye.